Exactly. When freshwater meets salt, it creates brackish. And brackish water is the perfect breeding ground for all of these little microorganisms which feed the food chain. And that becomes the food for everything else, including the baby fish. So that's where everything breeds. Everything actually happens.
He thinks it's, people say overfishing is the problem, but it's actually, he thinks it's
a lack of
the lack of
breeding
fresh water being
Exactly.
pumped back, because everyone's tapping all the fresh water. So it's starving.
We are basically choking off the life of the land by cutting off the water supply completely.
Yeah, look at a Google Earth, you know, and how you can see where the rivers used to flow.
Yeah.
One used to flow right behind my house. It was like, so it's like, you know, it's like, oh, you see all these, how everything's flowing through, all these veins that used to be there. And you know, and so like, you can just get that water back.
Okay, well that's another subject we're going to talk about later in the future, but right now, what these proposals, the only thing standing between us and that becoming reality, again, is community support at this point. And there's nothing against us doing experiments already. A lot of these evasives that are actually in the pond now are there to help us. They are there to absorb the extra nitrogen or actually filter, believe it or not. Which the mycelium can also help us with tremendously in restoring the oxygen, just the regular life cycles, so that real fish can actually start living there again. The dream, obviously, is to allow that area to breed fish and to allow a lot of fish to be harvested and raised there for the community. That's the obvious reason why we're doing this. Yeah. Our goal is so that Nanakuli can feed Nanakuli, Maili can feed Maili. Each area has one stream from the mountain going into the ocean. And if we can allow the breeding of fish to occur and the cultivation just at that scale, I honestly believe it will transform economic opportunities for graduates coming out of the high schools, as well as those that will become unemployed in the future doom and gloom that we're facing with the economy. It will allow us first to eat, and second to actually make a living from eating it. Because again, we'll need places to sell it, we'll need places to prepare it, and do other transport and all this other good stuff. As well as that fish can be used as, the waste products can be used as fertilizers again for farming.
Also black soda plant
Black
production.
soda for production. Yep, yep. The grazing of seaweeds like ogo or limu, which provides our trace minerals, as well as shrimps like opai and so forth, correct?
Live feed planktons.
Live feed planktons,
Yeah.
yes. That he's an expert on. The goal is to actually breed moi someday. We want to restore the anai in Y anai, which is the basic mullet, as well as the fish of kings, the fish of the ali'i, the moi.
And to actually, I think, to do that, we also need to get into live feed production,
Correct.
eventually marine aquaponics.
Correct.
Things that aren't even being considered yet. People are considering it, but they don't know how to do it. I think with who we have here and what we have, especially with the IMO and how the capacity to actually inoculate that sock and put it in the ground, put it in the water, and it's literally just everything that passes by that will be filtered. So it's a matter of figuring out how we stage that where you're not actually disturbing the river running itself.
When we were getting our certification in Hawi on the Big Island, one of the questions came up with, how does IMO affect the oceans? And Master Cho was sharing how in many places around the world, the reefs are dying. But any place where you actually put IMOs in the water near the reefs, polyps will form and begin to regenerate the reef. So understanding that the IMOs can also detoxify ocean water as well as redevelop the reef, the whole problem with all of the dumping of the munitions just a mile off of our shores, which is actually affecting the quality of our water, and actually the comp has statistics about increases in skin diseases as well as childhood diseases over time as more munitions are rusting and opening up.
Oh, wait till that stuff from Japan gets here.
So,
Ain't gonna have no reef.
what we're doing just with the reeds might seem really manini, but it's something we can do now.
Ocean reforesting, basically.
Exactly. And if we can do this from the rivers, it will eventually affect the ocean.
Gotta find those spiritual millionaires and go get some helicopters.
No, no,
a bunch of this and we'll just dump it in the ocean.
I think the principle is going to come down to just us, just what we can do. We can actually make a humongous impact just where we are from what we have. We actually have enough for change. We just have to do it now. So everybody buy some Nikes. And just restore where you are. Start with that. Do the IMO on your property. At least you can have an organic experience where you live. Yeah, it will detoxify your land
It's really
and
good too when you do
your
it.
neighbor, hopefully, because I'm sure your neighbor probably is a conventional farmer.
When you start
Or
doing
was.
something and not just preaching, then they start seeing what's happening with you and then go, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I think I might do that
And if
too.
you'd like to join us, we're gonna try to just make a community contribution, donation to the stink pond and to see, because it stink, guys. If you guys go out there, it's pretty bad. So it's gonna be obvious if we can turn that puppy around. It will be dramatic.
And this is mostly from cow waste and stuff coming down the river.
Well, all kinds of industrial waste are coming from people's homes, you know, their washing machines. But yeah, a lot of cow debris. Yeah.
Are there any unintended consequences that can come as a result of this, since it's not a natural process and you're, like you said, you could use it in lava and then you're gonna be disrupting that process? Is there anything negative that could come?
That's an interesting question because it's not a not normal process. This is actually the normal process. These processes were actually studied by people like Zen masters whose philosophy isn't to try to manipulate nature but to actually learn what nature does normally and to imitate that.
That's what I was just thinking.
So the philosophy of no-till, yeah, the mountain apples that you can climb up here to eat, nobody planted those. They're sweeter than mountain apples that people try to actually grow, right? Nobody seeded that. Nobody waters that. Nobody fertilizes that. But God does. Yeah?
Also,
Nobody tills that soil, but the earthworms do.
well,
Yeah?
I would say what your concern is would equate to just the regular surface runoff with the indigenous microorganism washing down naturally anyways, which is what the process would be. So us
Just
putting
would
more of a
take a lot
quantity,
more time.
yeah. So I think that's what's been
Speeding up
stopped.
that process.
Yeah, if we left for 1,000 years and came back, this place would be great.
Yeah. Basically,
Not even that long. Maybe a few hundred years and all the things.
We're just ramping it up.
Yeah, there you go, baby. And not leaving. We like to stay. We like to be symbiotic with the rest of nature here. Yeah. So these things are actually happening. Partnerships are being formed. Like because we don't have access to like Waimea Valley or Kahana Valley that is an actual ahupua'a that's not functioning yet. What we're trying to do here, because we have small areas, if we can all partner together and share the way ahupua'a do, yeah? The fact that my friends up in Kalihi, up in the mountain, they're building a canoe because they got wood, they got albizia, which is actually invasive. Yeah, yeah. That we're hoping that we can partner with our brothers and sisters and bring wood down here and let elementary school students and high school students and us, have you guys ever built a canoe? I would like to. I would love to, yeah, and to use it to go fish or to go travel from here to Molokai and stuff, that'd be hot.
I was listening to that statement you made about the apples that grow wild in the mountains,
Yeah.
of how there's nobody there to till it, there's nobody there to water it, and you said God does it.
God
It
does.
doesn't need human intervention.
that's natural farming.
So the unique thing about that I picked up on, you know, I I happen to be a spiritual kind of involved, intuitive, sentient being, so to speak. And how that connects with me is that you are so radical in your thinking because you're doing what we are obligated to do according to on earth as it is in heaven. And isn't it interesting that the powers that be on this island or in the state of Hawaii are fond of promoting the paradise, Hawaii paradise. And instead of cultivating that concept and making it a reality, it takes a radical, revolutionary, wild man like you to bring common sense into the picture and take it into the next level. And that is action. You know, you see the possibility, the vision is clear. All we need is to invest in that dream and make it real.
What I appreciate most about this group is that there's actual concern, there's actual compassion, there's actual sacrifice, personal sacrifice, and a desire to actually share and love each other. To me, that's core. When you can have that type of love paired with like these secrets, these truths,
Yeah.
together, I honestly think we can change
The world, maybe?
the future at least.
And we begin,
for us,
yeah, we begin at home.
and that the hope that we've all strived for and
Yeah.
longed for, at least has a chance to grow like these plants.
Yes.
And it really depends upon what we do with that hope from this point. How we invest it in each other, how we cultivate it here. And as we continue to love and,
What's
teach each
beautiful, what's beautiful about what you've been saying is how harmonic it is.
other.
You know,
And Lloyd can teach us about those things.
you know that wonderful balance, you know, that translates into real sustainability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have like geniuses in this room, and I just get the chance. My privilege is being able to introduce these geniuses, and there's probably geniuses I can't even see out here that
Well-
are gathering experiences and that have true gems to share with all of us. I can't thank Lloyd enough for telling us we planned on Monday last week. And he shared again the knowledge that he has with the almanac and with the movements of the constellations and the stars to tell us when we should be planting. And it's all consistent again with ancient Hawaiian wisdom and things that again my other friends confirm with me. Because the plants that the taro we planted, man, are kicking. They are doing super well.
You planted here?
Taro, yeah, we,
At your
yeah,
place?
yeah, we're gonna just keep planting more and more. We're terracing.
Cool.
We want to provide taro for everyone here in Kahumana, knowing that can heal. It's been proven to be one of the superfoods.
And also to pick up on what you said earlier, let our food
Be our
be,
medicine.
be our medicine.
And our medicine, their food.
That
That's
is,
not my quote, by the way. That's Hippocrates.
yeah, way back.
He's a really
Yeah.
smarter guy than me.
We
Yeah,
we don't have to reinvent anything.
exactly.
It's already been laid out for us.
You just need to rediscover
Yeah.
the things that were lost.
Whew.
So
Start
thanks.
by cooking rice.
Oh, cook rice.
White rice. More than you want. Put it in a basket.
Yeah, and try 1-to-1 now again. Yeah, sorry, gang. I didn't mean to.
No, I think it has to be less than 1-to-1.
Yeah, well,
At
yeah.
the bottom. I think it becomes maybe 3.
I honestly believe it depends upon the age of the rice. Sorry, because I Japanese, yeah. And in Japan, believe it or not, they have this thing called shin mai. Shin means new, mai means rice. It means the new rice, the rice that was harvested this season. That has a premium because it has the highest moisture content. It'll be the most fluffy. The stuff they couldn't sell this year becomes 1 year old. Yeah, that drops in rank. It's so cheaper. So if we're getting